What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hunter here. Today we're going to be talking about something that I just absolutely love. It is yerba mate. Now, have you ever wanted to know how to get your caffeine fix in the morning without drinking coffee or a regular tea or that energy drink that is just loaded with sugar? Also, those coffee drinks are just loaded with sugar unless you're drinking it black. Now, mate is the alternative, the green alternative. I mean, literally, this stuff is green. Now, you can buy it. There are a few companies that sell it in a can and you can buy it like that. But we're gonna drink it today the traditional way. So you're gonna have a gourd and a bombilla. We're gonna get more into that later. So, in another video, we'll talk more about, a little about the history of mate, where it comes from, who drinks it, how it's made, kind of not the preparation, but like the culture behind of it. Because with coffee, there's a culture. If you're from a country where you drink coffee, there's definitely a culture that surrounds it. Now the same thing goes for mate, it's different. So here we have some mate. This is Paraguay. This is a brand I really like from Argentina. The mate we're testing today is all from Argentina, just the brands I enjoy and I'm used to. This one is called Yerba, which is also from Argentina, the Misiones area, and this is from Corrientes, the province of Corrientes. So a few things you're going to need. One, we need some hot water. You can drink mate with cold water, that's called tereré. That's more Paraguay, some parts of Argentina. And you drink that where it's a really hot climate because you want to drink it cold. And it's honestly delicious. You'll drink it with juice sometimes. You'll have mint. Just very, very yummy. Today, first thing is we're going to want to heat up our water. So this is an electric kettle. You can use a normal kettle that you just heat up over the stove. Those ones you're going to have to be a little more careful with and watch it, because you don't want to boil the water. When you boil the water and then add it to the mate, you're going to burn the leaves. You're going to make it really bitter. You're going to just, ruin it. It's not going to be tasty. You're going to hate it. And to start off, mate is more of an acquired taste. So you have to get used to it anyways. So the first thing you want to do is find yourself an electric kettle if you can, and the ones I like are ones that you can have a different temperature setting on it, so presets. And you want to heat the water to about 175 degrees, around there, give or take. Sometimes that's too hot for people, so you can wait for it to cool off or add a little bit of colder water to it, or you can go ahead and go a little hotter. I wouldn't recommend any hotter than 180 degrees. So another thing you want to do is we're going to go ahead and heat up the water. So we've got it heating up right now. This does get a little noisy, but if you look on the side, it already tells you the kind of temps you're going to want. Now, I mean, again, it's preference, but when I drink mate with people for the first time, they generally think it's a little too hot at that 175 degrees, 180 degrees. So when I'm drinking it with someone else, I'll let it cool off a little. I'll let it cool off so they can enjoy it a little more. Now, we're gonna go over more steps once that water's heated up. Another thing you're gonna want to have is a thermos. So you want a thermos or something that you can pour the water with. Looks like our water is up to temperature now, so probably can't see it, but we're at 177 degrees. And this is a cheaper version, so it usually heats it up more than what it says it's going to heat it up to, just by a few degrees. But it is nice that it counts it by the degrees, so you know exactly what it's at. So we're going to go ahead and fill our thermos with our hot water. Now if you wanted to cool it off, you could just let it sit and watch the temperature fall. Or if I'm going to be taking it somewhere and I'm not going to be drinking for a little while. I'll heat it past that and then fill this, and the temperature will drop by the time I get there. So we'll go ahead and fill our thermos. What's fun is, I've added stickers to mine. You make it your own. Down in Argentina and Paraguay and other South American countries, everyone has their own thermos that's special. Like, they've designed it, they have embroidered it, they put their name on it. It's really fun. You can get your own set and make it very unique to you. Another thing I love about the mate culture. So now that we have our thermos, comes the part that's going to be a little difficult to someone who's never drank mate before the traditional way. So you have your gourd, is what it's called. In Argentina they'll call it a mate. So that is just the cup you're going to be drinking out of. And then you have your straw, which is the bombilla, or in Buenos Aires, bombilla. So it is a metal straw. Let's try and bring it a little closer. Might zoom in. And it has slits in the bottom. Mine's a little different style than others. And that is, you put it in here, you'll fill it with mate, and those slits are going to keep all the particles out, and you'll just be able to drink the water. Now, here, since I like to travel a lot with the mate, I have, like a little tin that is for tea. So I go ahead and open this bag, and then I just dump it in here so I can have it to go. And that's what the loose leaf looks like. So to prepare this, we're going to take our gourd, and we're going to take our loose leaf mate, and we're just going to pour it in. Now you want to fill it about 3/4 of the way. And I just like to dump it in, check, see where I'm at. Now some people will fill it less if they're trying to save mate, if you're drinking pretty frequently, how long you're going to be drinking. Now if you look, you're going to see a lot of dust on the brim. Now you don't like the dust as much. There's many ways to get rid of it. You could just leave it. I've been taught several different ways by people. One is you're going to put your hand on it and you actually just shake it up. Shake it up just for a little, and then you're going to hold it at an angle. You're going to hold the gourd at an angle so you have it, it's slanted in there. And if you look, I have it slanted off to one side. Now my palm is covered in the dust. And then I take the other finger and I just wipe it off. That's on the brim. And some people do that just out of tradition or for taste. It's up to you. So now that we have the mate off in this little angle, I call it the mountain. You're going to take your bombilla and you go ahead and tap it with your thumb. So you're going to create some pressure, and then on the side that is lower is where you're going to want to put it in. And you kind of do like a scoop like this. That's how I do it. And once you get in, and you just kind of push it down so it's then resting against your side. Wiggle it a little, and I mean, you'll know when it feels snug in there. It feels good. So now we have that. The bombilla is in the mate. Now, in some countries, they'll add sugar to it. In Argentina, they sometimes like to drink it sweet. You can use stevia. I have monk fruit. I like how it tastes sweet. Just try not to have as much sugar. Or you can just drink it bitter. It's honestly delicious, however you have it. But if you are new to drinking mate, I'd recommend having a little sugar added into it. So, now comes the pouring techniques. So when you first do it, you want to ease the hot water into the mate. Now, some people, you have your sink over there, you can just go over and you'll just fill the water in the lower part, like at the stem of the straw is where you want to be filling the water. Now, I just got some tap water, some room temperature water, and I'm going to pour just a tiny bit to kind of prepare the tea just in that area. Just add a little bit. Now you'll notice when you pour at first it's going to pull up on top of the leaves. You have to give it a little time and then it'll sink in. So now we're going to add our hot water. Just basic thermos. You can get it online or at most stores. It just has pouring nozzles. And then when you're pouring, you want to make sure you're pouring at the base, the lower part of that mountain. Now the reason you have the mountain set up is you don't want to get all of the flavor of the mate in those first sips. If you want to make it last longer, you create this slant so that you can drink longer time. So go ahead and fill it up at the base, and it's slowly going to sink into the mate. The water is. Now, if you speak Spanish, they say that first drink is for Santo Tomas, that he's the first one who gets that. That's how it disappears. So, in my next video I'll explain a little more about that. And now you pour it a second time and you'll see that it is filled. Probably messing it up trying to show you guys, but it's now, you can visibly see the water on top, on the lower half. Now it's ready to drink. One thing you don't want to be doing is moving the bombilla around. A lot of people, when I first drink with them, they'll have the tendencies to grab it, move it around. One, it's gross. I don't want your hands, touching where my mouth is going to be. Two, you can clog it, and then it's not tradition. That is good. Now, you probably heard that. You're supposed to empty it. Sometimes it can be awkward trying to tell the person, hey, you just took a sip. Like, go ahead and empty it. You'll hear the air that you're sucking up, and then you can pass it back to the person who served it to you. Now, we can get more into that in the next video. That person is called the matero, or the cebador, and they're the ones who are going to be serving it. And if you're from the States and you're watching this, you probably don't want to be sharing a straw with someone else, passing it around. But in other cultures, it's very common, and it's a sign of friendship. So you'll sit in a circle. You have one person with the thermos, or a tea kettle, whatever it may be, with the hot water, and they'll pour, they'll pass it, you drink, pass it back, they'll fill it up, pass it to the next person. It goes in a circle, and everyone's supposed to get equal turns. It's not going to go to the drinker every other time. So it's just a great way to share with family and friends, get to know each other, and experience a different culture. Now, if you've drinking mate before, go ahead and comment below, what way you've drinking it. Have you had it traditionally? Have you had it in a teapot where you put the loose leaf in here? Have you had just a tea bag, or have you had one of the pre-made energy drinks? Go ahead and comment below. Tell me how you've had it, how you enjoy mate, and if you're gonna go out and buy some. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Comment below if you want to see other content. Comment below if you want to see this in Spanish. Just let me know. Thanks, guys.